I came across a TikTok where a content creator was reminding people about Frank Ocean and questioning his disappearance. I tried to repost the video, but it was taken down after Frank Ocean's legal team filed a copyright claim. Listen closely to what he says about it.
You would not believe what I just woke up to. I'm currently being silenced by Frank Ocean's legal team. Earlier this week, you may or may not have seen this video. I got about 9 million views in 4 days about a video speaking. There's no background music. There's no noise, nothing. Just my voice alone, 15 seconds long, talking about Frank Ocean and his brother's accident. That's all I did. Twice has his legal team tried to do something with the video. First, I got, I forgot what it's called. It's like some type of strike that they give you if they think it's like inappropriate or something, whatever. Appealed it. I got it through. It was another one. I woke up today and it said Blonded. His brand has legally copyrighted the video. That's insane. I'm fighting this. And if they somehow take it down, I'm reposting it, bro. They're trying to tweak, bro. You can't power trip my voice. An opinion is an opinion. It's like journalism.
So basically, he just talks about why he believes Frank Ocean disappeared from making music, and after doing my research, it's a possibility that this guy was right. I mean, something he said obviously offended Frank, or it was the truth that they wanted to silence. Either way it goes, we're gonna take a look at what this guy was saying about Frank. Frank Ocean was one of the biggest artists back in the 2010s, being signed to Def Jam. Honestly, Frank is still so big that if he were to drop a song right now, it would break the internet. Nobody makes it to the level Frank does without selling out and taking the oath. We can see Frank showing his allegiance doing the one-eyed symbolism. It's the same symbolism that all these celebrities do at some point in their career. There's no doubt Frank was a puppet, but what's far more unsettling is the silence. Since 2020, not a single song, leaving many to wonder what really happened behind the scenes. Frank seemed to have did something that left the labels embarrassed. Other artists called him a genius for it. Check this out.
Oh, that's amazing. Frank don't do no interviews.
I know it was rare, but he's so dope.
He's a genius based off the fact that he had a deal and he didn't put out an album in 4 years. And with his deal, he literally figured out how to get 20 million from Lucien Grange, drop his deal, figure out how to make the funds apply to a whole nother album, give him the album, get out his deal all in one round. Do you know how embarrassed the record industry was? Do you know how hard they've been whipping artists since then? Like, this real slave shit, you feel me? Like, that man figured out how to finesse the record industry, and people don't talk about that. That it took that man 2 years to do that. And then Blonde, he already got a $20 million check from Apple from that shit, which, and he didn't have to give any of that back to the label because he was already out his deal once he gave them Endless. You get what I'm saying? Look, this.
He did that visual project.
Yeah, exactly. Now, am I lying? Anybody check out if I'm lying. This man, so now since 2016, already up 20 M's.
As you just heard, Frank managed to outsmart his record label, something that's extremely rare, and after he pulled it off, the industry made sure to shut down any chance of any other artist ever doing the same. Check out this small clip of somebody breaking it down.
That time, Frank Ocean scammed the music industry and fucked it up for everybody else. In 2016, Frank Ocean was trying to break away from his record label, Def Jam, who he had been at odds with on and off since they signed him. But there were two hurdles. Number one is a $2 million advance he had got for his next project. Now we're gonna take a quick detour, but stick with me, it's applicable to the story. Now, back in the day, streaming services like Tidal and Apple Music would do exclusive deals with artists where they would agree upon a certain amount of cash in exchange for them having their album exclusively on their streaming service for the first week. Now, to get back to the story, Frank Ocean used this concept to his advantage. He went to Apple Music and worked out a $20 million exclusivity contract with Apple Music. And on top of that, they paid an extra $2 million to get him out of his debt with Def Jam. But there was one more hurdle, and that was the one more album that Frank contractually owed the label. So on August 19th, Frank released Endless, an album exclusively on Apple Music that was a 2-hour stream of him building a staircase with music playing in the background that was not sold separately. And the very next day, he was free. Now, y'all, he completed the contract. He released under his label, exclusively under Apple, Blonde. And they were pissed. Universal Music Group, Def Jam's parent company and the holder of the biggest musical acts, vowed to end all exclusive deals, not only for Apple Music, but for all streaming services moving forward. And see, therein lies my conflict with this story, because part of me wants to be like, damn, he got his bag. But the other part of me is like, damn, at the expense of everybody else's bag.
Honestly, it wasn't at the expense of everybody else's bag. It just seemed to have happened at the perfect time. Frank was able to do something like this because the timing was right. Now, after all the drama with the record label and eventually outsmarting them, it would be 4 years later that Frank Ocean would pay the ultimate price for what he did. The industry owned Frank already because he sold out and there was no way they were just going to forget about what he did. In August of 2020, Ryan Bro, Frank Ocean's brother, tragically lost his life in a fiery car crash. For Frank, this wasn't just another devastating loss, it hit far too close to home. You can't help but wonder if he felt this wasn't a normal incident, that something darker may have been at play. I'm not saying it was sacrificial, but it does make you question whether he understood the consequences of outsmarting the very people that once gave him the world. Following the death of his brother, Frank posted this picture while sitting at the exact spot his brother was killed at. It's just crazy to see. But comment down below your thoughts on this whole situation.